Well, who are some of the original Kentucky filmmakers? I know it's the original one I know of is George Bonilla,
George Bonilla, Jacob Ennis,
Jacob Ennis, Steve Zimmer.
Steve Zimmer. There was actually,
Well, Sven and Matt Perry. They did their own stuff. Yeah, they did. They did. They did quite a few things. Murderer. Those were good. And
Cherokee Hall, which I honestly
I don't
thought.
consider myself original.
Well, when I
I was
first,
like the next wave.
I remember when they mentioned, Jacob called me and said, "There's a man named Cherokee Hall." So we were all sitting around. We were like had this fantasy of what you looked like, and I was like, "He's got to be some burned out hippie dude." And I said, "He's probably got a biker jacket." And
Tattoo,
yeah,
right?
he's like, "Free bird, man," kind of like Hill Jack, but like a very old, crazy Hill Jack. That's what I had an image. Not that Hill Jack's crazy, but you know what I mean.
No, see, I would also put you in the originals and Daniel Roberts. I'd put him in there.
Daniel Roberts.
Who else? Are we leaving somebody out?
That's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head.
And those were the people.
Louisville people. We had some, and some Eastern Kentucky people. There was some. Goose did a film called.
I'm talking about the very very original. The very start.
Yeah, I think those were the first ones because a lot of them, especially before I met George, I met some colorful people. They had a film association, and at this is before I ever met George, and I was like, man, I'm really excited about filmmaking. I want to go down there and meet him. So I go down there, and this guy's obviously unstable. So he pulls out this big old VHS camera. This is what we will be shooting on. Okay, so we're talking. He says, "This is Kentucky, land of horses." Oh, okay. So, anyways, I'm taking notes. I've got a great idea. A man is going to clone a horse, but it turns into a beautiful woman. I'm like, what the heck? So,
Shot on VHS.
shot on VHS, and it was like before I met George, so it was 1999, 2000. So even then, VHS cameras weren't like, man, this is cutting edge. 1987 is coming back with a new fashion, you know. So I kind of knew it wasn't going anywhere, and I was trying to sneak out, and it was very awkward. Well, don't wait. Well, you don't leave. I haven't told you the best part, you know, that kind of thing. But no, of the original, yeah, George was the first.
George was the first one I had heard of. And
Were they just shooting on like a mini DV camera or what?
no, he had one of those
XLs.
XLs.
Those things.
Are those Canons or no? Those are
Sony.
Sonys. Yeah.
But those things, I mean, we put them through hell.
I heard that that's what 28 Days Later was shot on before they did the reshoots and put it on actual film. I heard they shot it on the Canon XL.
Yeah, the XLs, man. George we really put those.
He got his money's worth out of that.
Yeah,
He's made several films.
Put him in.
Is he
Put
still
him in
using
stone.
them, or
I don't know. I wasn't on his last couple films.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't. I think 2008's the last one I was on, and he was still using them. But those things took a beating, man.
Well, George would finish films. There's a lot of filmmakers out there that are in love with making films or not in love with finishing the films. They're in love with casting and getting internet hype up about it, and then that's it.
yeah.
Whereas George, he has never ever walked away from a project that I know of.
He will finish. Come hell or high water, he will get it done.
Yeah.
And because you have to do that because after a certain point, people, if you're doing a film, if you're a director, you feel like at the end of the day, you're the only one believing it. I believe in this film, and it can go to college,
He's really good at finding locations too. Really good locations.
One thing I did pick up from him because when I shot Mint Condition, I used a big old high 8 camera. And this shows you how ghetto this film was. Before Jacob showed up, I had no idea if sound could. You had to be worried about sound, so I'll just stick the camera right by the aquarium, right over here. And we had more actors than we did camera people. So what I would do is we would set the camera rolling, and then we'd walk into position, and then when we were done with scene, we'd walk over and I'd shut the camera off. So sometimes when I crack up when I'm like, I don't have enough crew, I'm like, well, we just hit record and walk in front of the camera.
There you go.
And Jacob put together my Kevin Smith homage, mint condition. And that was the first time I'd ever seen sound before. And he was using the big Fox 56, like, check this out. And we cut the film together. My friend Pat Bowen played the Dante character, and I kind of played the Jay character, like, you know. And when we put the film together, it was awful. The sound was like, so what do you think about that, Cherokee? Then it cut to the reaction shot, Cherokee. Then it cut back to me. And I thought it was like the biggest. I mean, I remember saying, well, Jacob, you can delete all this. This is crap. He's like, no, man, I can fix it. And I'm like, how can you fix it? My friend Mark does a show called whatever the band that they do. And he pulled out these CDs. He's like, here, we can fix this crap. I just remember him fixing that, and I was like, wow, dude, and there's a scene that my character loves porn, and I was like, well, I don't have any porn. Well, maybe you can shoot something like from your TV. I'm like, okay. So I had the camera, and I was filming some porn, and my wife came in at exactly that moment. I'm like filming this, and it's for a film, honey, you know. And so,
another one we forgot to add would be Jason Epperson.
Yeah, Jason Epperson. Oh, yeah, he is.
I honestly don't consider him part of the indie crowd because he rose well above all of us. Yeah, he really did.
Blake Judd, too.
Blake Judd, yeah.
Oh, and another guy, I can not remember his name, but they did the Hopewell Haunting. The Hopewell Haunting's really good.
I've seen it. It's I can't remember his name.
Dwayne's one of the guys, and the other, I'm blanking. But they told me how they did the ghost zombie, because I saw it and I was like, that is so cool. How did you do it? He said, I took Oreos. I'm like, what do you mean? I ground up Oreos and stuck it like toothpaste in the actor's mouth. So when you see it on camera, it's disgusting as all get out. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty cheap, inventive effect. So I've actually done that with Oreos. Oh, I've got to put it in a movie.